Well, there's my old Statesman lawnmower, and good Lord, I think I bought that in 2001. It's still going. We've already taken a load to the river for the garden, and I didn't have a camera to show how it spread out, how much it covered. We take 7 of these trash cans down there. If I place them right, sometimes I can get 8 if the 8th one is a small one. And one thing I wanted to show you, this is just getting up leaves. So they do get crunched a little bit when they go through the mower blade to go up through the chute and go into the little containers. And if you run over the leaves first with the lawnmower, what I do is I pick up a bunch of leaves until that chute is plugged up, and then I run all over the leaves and it grinds them up, and it will reduce them by about 75 or 80%. And it's so heavy, I can almost lift one of the leaves. I can lift one with just leaves and then flip it up on the tailgate. But this one, with all these small pieces, I have to get help to lift them up there. And the deal is, if you were putting this in a compost pile, or me, I'm putting it on the top of my garden, which is sort of like a giant compost pile, these break down so much quicker because the pieces are smaller. Now, if you put that in a compost pile, this would, in the summertime, would break down in just a few months. Big leaves like that would probably take a year or more. And then what I do is I dump them in here, and then I take one of these off and just lay on it with the top of my body and push it down and rotate it 90 degrees and push it down again, and you'd be surprised how much you can get in one of these things. I just thought I'd a little tip on if you run the lawnmower first, the bags fill up like you can put let's say you fill the bags up getting loose leaves in about 8 minutes, 10 minutes, these containers, and if it was already run over by the lawnmower and chopped up fine, you could pick up maybe 3 times as much material without having to clog your chute or dump them. We're slowly getting there. I got to get these stumps out, and I got to take my blower and blow it out from behind the car. What I try to do is get up everything outside of the backyard first, and next I got to blow out all that and everything around the corner, and then the whole outside will be done. Well, it's Saturday the 13th of December, and it's 10 after 3 on the East Coast. Got a nice day. It's going to be about 51 degrees down to about 32 tonight, and we're going to have the meteor shower starting tonight. And after it gets dark, 10 to 2 a.m. is going to be the best time. Now, I didn't have a camera with me. We got 7 trash cans full of leaves in there. We got the cart full. My bride's over raking them out, and I've been pushing them out with a pitchfork, and I wanted to get the camera. Now, I had from about right there to there filled from leaves I got down here, and I filled the other side over there with leaves. And the last load we have with this truck did from right there all the way to here and to this right here. So this trailer load should fill this up almost all the way to the grass on the other side. And we just pushed it out and pulled it out and spread it around, and we just push it out with a pitchfork, and my bride will scatter it around, get it level. And I don't like driving on the garden. I don't like any heavy thing on the garden. And these tires are fairly wide, and it's about 10 inches of leaves here being compressed. So I don't think it's that harmful to my soil, compacting it. And then we will take those out, see how they're full just to the top, and we will fill the end of this up as required. Well, I take that blower right there. After I'm done with the tailgate down, and I blow everything out of it. That seems to work. We're not going to have enough to fill this garden completely. You can see where the tire tracks were, but this oak tree here, looking into the sun, has finally dropped all its leaves, and I can get those up, and that and maybe one other little property around here, and I'll have enough to fill it. So we're basically down to dropping the trash cans over. And some of these, this one was a loose one. It's mostly loose on the top to show you earlier in the video the difference with chopping them up. And we just drag them over there and dump them out. And so we've covered from to the right side of that wellhead about 2 or 3 feet, It's on a little bit of an angle down here. And that's a little thicker than we need it, so we can spread that out a little bit. And those 6 trash cans should fill in all this and part of this area. Well, all this got done. We were just to the right of that. And now we're filled over here to this fence around the fall crops that are just basically sitting there because it's been too daggone chilly. We have this little place to fill in here, and I'm starting to get this up. There's a few tomatoes here that I'm going to pull over in that pile. Although tomato land on the places where you're going to cover the lawnmower doesn't matter. And my bride's picking up pine cones from all those pine trees, so all those cones that have to fall. And we'll take all these leaves and dump it in that corner, and we're done. Well, it's 4:37 on Saturday the 13th of December. My neighbors seem to be going up the country with their RV.